I think you should take whoever you're working with right now, coach, teaching pro, whatever it is, and fire them. Sorry about that, the intro rolled before I could finish what I was going to say. You should fire them if these few aspects we talk about are not being met with your current coach or teaching pro. Well guys, what's going on? It's another episode of Knockstiff Golf. I'm Kyle, and I'm just a fellow golf addict that happens to live in Anchorage, Alaska. And when I'm not out on the course playing golf, you're going to find me right here talking about it. So today's video, we're going to be talking about what we're looking for in a golf pro, a teacher, or a coach. This has kind of been a revelation for me lately, as I've had different teaching coaches and teaching professionals over the years helping me with my swing ever since I first got my free lesson in Golf Digest. They did 30-minute free lesson with the top coach in your area, and mine was Blake Smith, and still a guy that I keep in touch with to this day. I went there without even knowing anything about what I was looking for in the lesson besides him to just make me this terrific player. Now, if you look at a lesson, what you're receiving and what you're putting into it, I think a lot of us go into lessons expecting the teacher, the coach, to provide everything for you, to make you that better player, to give you that holy grail of swing tips and all of those things, and you're magically going to become better. Well, I think some of us that have gotten to a certain level in golf realize that that's just not the case. So let's go over a couple things that you need to kind of consider when you're going to pair up with a coach or a teaching pro. One of the first things you need to consider when going to see a teaching pro or a coach is, what do we want or need out of that lesson or series of lessons? Are we wanting to be a better player, a more consistent player? Are we trying to get to a certain level? Are we trying to fix a slice? All these things a coach or teaching pro is not going to just magically know. You have to express this to them, they have to see your swing, and they may be able to help you out in that realm rather quickly, but for a long-term goal, they need to know what your goals are. So the next thing we want to talk about is the way that this coach teaches. A lot of these coaches out there could be a very analytical style coach, could be a very feel style coach, and I mean, it's whatever is going to work for you, but it has to line up with the way that they teach. Now, we can kind of relate this back to school. There was always the kids that were bad at taking tests, but were actually pretty smart. There was always the kids that were great at taking tests, but at the end of the day, they had zero street smarts. So it's really about syncing up with how you learn and what's going to help you actually produce the best golf over the long run, not just simple swing fixes. So another thing to consider is the compatibility with the coach or pro. What kind of style do they have, and does it mesh well with you? Are you able to get along with them in the long run? If this is not somebody that you enjoy being around, it's going to make getting better at golf a heck of a lot harder. So these are things that you need to make sure that their teaching philosophy lines up with your learning philosophy. If that isn't the case, then you're best to part ways. And I hope everybody at the end of this just acknowledges that there's a lot of great coaches out there, but it doesn't mean that they're all going to be perfect for you. And it doesn't mean they're the bad coaches. What you need to do is find somebody that you both understand each other very well. You understand how they teach, and they understand how you learn. That's the perfect formula for getting better at golf through a coach. And one of the last things that I want to kind of say is that you need to find somebody that actually has a love for the game. I know that seems kind of like common sense, and it's something that a lot of people say, but they got to do it through their actions. And a lot of that comes from the extra hours that person's putting into the game. They're coaching, they love to work with different students of all areas, skill levels. And if you can truly see that person has a passion for the game and they understand the way you learn and you like the way that they teach, then I think that's the formula you're looking to work with in the long run. Now, I know most of you have known this because I've talked about it pretty much nonstop since I found it, but I've been working with Zach Woods Golf, and we've hit it off in a really good way because I understand how he presents ideas and swing thoughts to me, and I think he understands how I learn. And it probably helps that we're very similar people, so it makes it very easy for us to express ideas and to get information passed on to each other to really accelerate the learning and understanding versus him spending hours trying to detail a swing thought to me that I'm just not visualizing or seeing. And it's not, if that was the case, it's not his fault, it's not my fault. It would just be a simple misunderstanding and a difference in learning and teaching style. And I think he would be fully okay, and I would be fully okay with moving on to different students and different coaches, because if it's not a good fit, then nobody wins at the end of the day. He's not going to get the referrals, he's not going to get the glowing recommendations from the student, and I'm not going to get the better swing and the better golf and the practice regimens and all the things that he can offer to me. Really, it's a mutual relationship that both people can benefit from if it's the right fit. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at teaching pros and coaches. If you have the option to choose between them, it's nothing personal. Each of you wants something from the other person. They tend to want money and referrals and to be able to help golfers get to another level, whereas you want the more skill, the better swing, the more consistent golf. And so when those come together, you have a great relationship going forward to produce better golf and more business for that person. So guys, I know that was a lot about just teaching pros and coaches and what you should do, but I think a lot of our goals is to get better at golf. That's fine if you're happy with where you are, but I'm of the mindset where I need to be advancing in my skill. My handicap needs to be coming down, and I need to be getting better at this game. I'm not somebody that wants to be stagnant, and so I need to continue to grow. And to continue to grow, that's going to require me to have the assistance from somebody that knows more than me about the swing, about golf, and about strategy. And so in kind of a luck of the draw, I found somebody that has worked with me really well. That's not to say that I haven't had the great coaches in the past. I've had terrific teachers that I've worked with a lot, and they've all given me different things and different assets to work with out on the course. But sometimes you just find somebody that you click with right now, and it's not to say it's forever, but when you find that, you got to explore that and see where that goes in terms of improving your golf game. I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into what you need to do to get better at golf when it involves a teaching pro or anything like that. If you have any questions, feel free, hit me down below. I'd be more than happy to try to help you walk through suggesting somebody. We all learn differently, so there's tons of coaches out there that will let you know specifically how they teach the game. Guys, if you haven't already, please click subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. The channel is sitting around 215 subscribers right now, which I am so incredibly grateful for, that you guys click subscribe and watch the videos and just give me a few minutes of your time each week. I would love to continue to grow that and build a little community around this and all of us getting better at golf. Like I said, click subscribe, like, comment down below, and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm always down to create content based around what you guys are into at the moment or what you want to learn about. Let me know, and as always guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.